Okay, hold on, don't go away, because this is super important. You guys are all trading Bitcoin, but in this video, I'm gonna explain about why Bitcoin is probably going to go to $200,000 to $300,000 in the coming 12 to 18 months here. There are some very big things lining all together up right now in this market that are suggesting that Bitcoin is going to go to $200,000 or $300,000 in the coming months ahead of ourselves. And I want to quickly take the time on this video right now, here on a Sunday, to explain what currently is going on here. I mean, many of you guys are probably trading Bitcoin and don't really care about it, but honestly, the reason why Bitcoin, of course, initially got created was due to the massive crisis back into 2008. And right now we can see that the US debt is actually rising by more than $1 trillion a month. That is more than 6% of the total debt that the US created is literally rising in 1 month. While interest rates are massively high, more and more people are getting into poverty. So what is currently happening? We're literally witnessing a default of the US government, and this is massive, and this will be massive for Bitcoin as well. And this is of course the reason why we are currently buying Bitcoin. This is the reason why we're investing into Bitcoin. And honestly, right now all the things are lining up together for a gigantic bull cycle on Bitcoin, because we are about to be having the Bitcoin ETF, guys. The ETF of Bitcoin is about to be hitting the market, and this is going to be a massive game changer. First of all, let me explain. This ETF is going to come. Why? Is because Grayscale, they won the lawsuit against the SEC for their conversion from their fund to a Bitcoin spot ETF, and a judge literally ruled that the SEC has no grounds to reject a Bitcoin spot ETF, what is of course super good for the industry in general. So right now we know that on the 10th of January 2024, the final deadline is going to be there for ARK Investment Bitcoin spot ETF, and probably what Cathie Wood as well is saying, the CEO of ARK Invest, probably multiple Bitcoin spot ETFs are going to get accepted on the same time. And once this happens, guys, we're going to see a massive inflow in the market. Why? The last ETF that actually got approved in crypto was the Ethereum futures ETF, and it literally took only 5 days from acceptance to launch of the ETF. And that literally means that the market won't have the ability to actually price in the shift of demand, because yes, due to the Bitcoin spot ETF, we're going to see a massive uptick in demand, and that could really drive the Bitcoin prices higher. And the thing that many don't understand is that actually, if I'm buying $1 of Bitcoin, the market cap is not moving up by $1. No, it's moving up by $4 to $5. Why? Is because the liquidity is quite low right now in the market. Usually in massive bear markets, it's closer to buying $1 and it goes up by $2. But in bull markets, it's usually you're buying $1 and the market goes up $4. So this is of course super important to understand. Why? Is because if we're going to be looking at the forecast of the ex-managing director of BlackRock, he is forecasting is that the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to drive approximately $300 billion in capital in the first year. And considering the fact that gold is up, Bitcoin is up, stocks are down, and more importantly, government bonds are down more than 50%. We right now do know that probably a lot of people are actually going to be investing into Bitcoin. Why? Is because the boomers that always said that, oh, the safe haven to invest in are bonds, government bonds from the US, but those are actually more down than Bitcoin. And it's quite funny because the boomers, they diversified from the stock market out of it because it was too risky. They went into bonds, and right now bonds are down 50% and Bitcoin is up more than that. So what we can currently clearly see is that bonds are not really the safe haven anymore. And yes, guys, it's coming back to the fact of the inflow of money, $300 billion. If we're going to be calculating it, it's probably going to be bringing in $1.2 trillion in market cap. That would literally bring Bitcoin up already towards $100,000 to $120,000. Of course, it's also very important how many people are actually going to sell their Bitcoin. And what we can currently see is that literally 80% of the total supply has not moved their Bitcoins in the past 6 months. What is of course also massive news here. And guys, you also have to understand Bitcoin increased to $35,000. Why? Is because there's clearly interest in this market. So make sure to pay attention towards this. Bitcoin is not going up without a reason. This is going to be changing a lot here. The ETF is going to change a lot. And guys, you have to understand in 170 days, the next Bitcoin halving is going to be here. The halving is going to decrease supply and the Bitcoin spot ETF that is expected in the beginning of 2024 is going to increase demand. So you have to do the calculations right now here. Increase demand with decreasing supply means explosive prices, and it's going to be guaranteed to be happening. But what I think is most interesting is that actually, if you're looking at the on-chain statistics, there are not a lot of the short-term holders interested in the price action of Bitcoin, and the main people that are actually buying Bitcoin right now are these long-term holders that have been already in the market for quite a while. So probably, once again, the smart people will win, and the newbies, they will be ending up buying the top. But if you're watching this video right now, you do understand that the opportunity is gigantic right now. This video is no financial advice, but what I'm currently doing here is I am buying tons and tons of Bitcoins. I am buying so much Bitcoin, of course, because this is my YouTube channel. I will tell you this, guys. I have currently got 99% of my completely net worth in Bitcoin. The only money I don't have in crypto is not in a bank. No, it's in like watches like this one. This was a $50,000 watch, or a car I recently bought, a Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Guys, I am buying stuff. I'm not holding my money in cash. If I'm willing to spend it, I'm spending it. But I am holding all my money in crypto. So I am completely exposed. And if it really goes to zero, I will lose a ton of money, but I am so sure of the fact that Bitcoin is actually going to go up. And once again, this is no financial advice, it's just my own opinion. I'm so convinced that Bitcoin is going to go up to $100,000 to $200,000, and it's going to grow into something gigantic here, especially due to these ETFs here. So only 75 days are left before the ETF is going to get launched, and this is going to be marking the indication of the shift of demand, and this is going to drive prices massively towards the upside. So 2024 looks to be a great year, guys, and you have to understand, you must see the potential in Bitcoin right now here, and if you don't see it, I think it's quite sad. And the most interesting thing here, guys, is that actually the balance of exchanges are still decreasing massively. So there's not a lot of Bitcoin available to be buying on the market right now here. And if you are one of the ones that is actually right now interested in Bitcoin, you could be making a ton of money. And you could do so by trading Bitcoin. You could do so by holding it, whatever you want to be doing. Maybe you want to be trading with 2x leverage, guys, whatever you want to be doing here. I mean, for myself, I've built up a couple 3x positions, and once the bull run is going to starting again, guys, I think altcoins are going to absolutely explode. I don't think that this is right now the time to be buying altcoins. I think the time is ready to be paying attention towards Bitcoin. You can clearly see the Bitcoin dominance is increasing massively, and historically speaking, the Bitcoin dominance tends to be decreasing at times once Bitcoin hits new all-time highs. So that is the point I'm going to start investing into altcoins, and mainly what I will be doing here, guys, is I am going to be opening up 2 to 3x leverage long positions on altcoins, and I'm going to make tons and tons of money from it. So if you're interested in trading, you can right now get an insane deposit bonus. If you deposit $100 within 7 days, you can get a free $1,000 airdrop position. You can find the link description of today's video. But this is the time to be paying attention. And guys, also, did you get fooled by the ECB here? Because the ECB literally stated that Bitcoin was on the road of irrelevance at the exact bear market bottom. So if you fall for these articles, please don't fall for it in the next bear market, because this is my second bear market I'm currently witnessing, and it's about to be my third bull run I'm enjoying here in the market. So I am getting more and more experience as well, guys. But the next bull run, my strategy is to actually be buying more real life stuff. So I'm gonna be buying more real estate, I'm gonna buy more cars, I'm gonna buy more watches. I'm not gonna be necessarily getting it into cash, but I'm gonna buy stuff with it. So that is my strategy right now here to make even more money in the future. But you have to understand that the ECB and all these articles, guys, once nobody believes in it, that is the time that you actually want to be investing. And you have to also understand that currently the Google interest for Bitcoin, it has been increasing a little bit here, but still it's super lows here. I mean, 2 weeks ago it was at a 5-year low. So interest is super low on Bitcoin right now, while prices are not directly reflecting it. So who is buying? The smart money is actually stepping in towards the market again. I am so convinced that Bitcoin is going to hit a new all-time high. It's insane, and it's probably going to be happening in 2024. So please don't get fooled by these messages that we are seeing hitting the market every single time again. And also, guys, if you want to be timing everything perfectly, it is going to be super hard. But one thing that we historically have seen here is that Bitcoin usually sets new all-time highs approximately 6 months after the halving hit the market. So I am expecting that probably at the midpoint of 2024, somewhere around July, after the summer, probably that's the point where Bitcoin is going to hit new all-time highs. Pretty curious for it, but yeah, I just had to make this video because, of course, right now in the price action, Bitcoin has been very beautiful going up here, but I think it's important to also understand why Bitcoin is such a good asset right now here. It's so good. No one can steal it. It's super transparent, and of course the US government also said, yeah, it was used for funding for wars. Honestly, those were fake articles. It's my life work. I have been putting so much effort into Bitcoin, doing my research on it, and once you put in so much effort and you read so much about it, also about the monetary system, you just get so convinced about the future with Bitcoin. So we are right now witnessing history being made with the Bitcoin spot ETF hitting the markets, changing the demand side for good. It will be so accessible to everyone. And more importantly, guys, the halving only 160 days away. It's going to cut the supply once again in half. Supply production is going down. Demand is increasing. You do the math. See you later, guys. Peace out.